So let's factorize this cubic. Usually we group the first two terms and the last two terms, but if we do that and you pull out, let's say, x squared, x minus 4, then let's pull out 1, which is common on the second two terms. These two are not similar, so we can't factorize them, and you shouldn't make the mistake of then grouping this and this and saying x squared plus 1, x minus 4, and x plus 6, and then making them equal to 0 and then finding the solutions. That's incorrect. Instead, we're going to use what's called factor theorem. So if a polynomial has an integer root, it must be a factor of the constant term. So in this instance, obviously c is 6, and the leading coefficient here, which is the a term, would be 1. Actually, theoretically, this would be d, but whatever, you get me. If you see it in quadratics and stuff, this would be a, b, and c. So anyway, you now find out what the factors of 6 are. So obviously the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. So roots can be positive or negative. So that means you would have plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and plus or minus 6. And now, unfortunately, there is no easy way to find out what the roots are other than making the function or equation equal to 0. So fx equals 0, and then plugging in the positive and negative value for x for each one. So for example, if I did 1, you would have for 1 squared plus 1 plus 6, which would equal 4. So 4 obviously does not equal 0, so therefore positive 1 is not one of the roots. But let's say if I did minus 1, so minus 1 cubed, minus 4 minus 1 squared, plus minus 1 plus 6. This does equal 0, so therefore minus 1 is one of the roots. If you do these for all of these plus or minus, I'm not going to do it here, you'll get 2 and 3. So now you have your 3 roots, and so it's minus 1, 2, and 3. So that's for the values for x. X equals this. The point of using factor theorem to find it out is that you're not now just endlessly putting in random numbers. You're whittling it down to, in this example, 4 numbers or 8 possibilities. So if the coefficient term was greater than 1, so our a was greater than 1, then fractional roots would be possible. Possible roots come from factors of the constant term. Actual roots are the ones that you plug into the polynomial to equal to 0. Hopefully that helps.